Innovative content. Global audience.
And to you listeners and viewers on the show today. This is Srtv Abuja and it's education time on Srtv. I am Joy Ugben and I'll be your host on the show today. Education time on Srtv is that show where we discuss education. We take a look at everything that has to do with education, the various sectors of education, primary, secondary, the tertiary. We look at the menace, the issues surrounding education. Every other thing that has to do with education is what we look at in this show. We take a look at the various problems that come with education. Our topic for today is out of school children. You will all agree with me that there's a rise in out of school children. We will expect that with Nigeria having our independence for since 1960, we will expect that we shouldn't be talking about the issue of out of school children. We shouldn't be having the kind of number that we have when it comes to out of school children. But then life is hard. Life has become so difficult for people. Are you going to tell a father who is not able to feed his children to take his kids to school? Not at all. And then there are some communities that don't even have the schools available to them. They will have to go far, maybe move to another local government for them to have access to education. These are some of the issues we're going to take a look at on the show today. Please stay with us and enjoy yourself as we continue on the show. Despite the confined efforts of the Nigerian government, international development partners and non-governmental organizations to tackle the pervasive issue of out-of-school children in Nigeria, the country is still struggling to find solutions despite dedicated campaigns and collaborations between stakeholders. The number of out-of-school children continues to persist, and this challenge is still there. The United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, they cite that the total number of out-of-school children in the nation is more than 20 million, whereas the Universal Basic Education Commission has also stated that it is slightly above 10 million. But according to UNESCO, the data is based on these ages of those within the ages of 6 to 18 years, ranging from primary 1 to secondary school, while Ugben's figure is related to those ages 6 to 11. Whatever numbers one looks at, the reality still remains that Nigeria has one of the highest number of out of school children in the world. And this is really bad for us. A 2022 UNESCO report noted that approximately 20 million Nigerian individuals, of its approximately 200 million population, are not enrolled in school. This amounts to 20% of Nigerians' entire population and is more than the overall population of various countries in Africa. You can imagine. The report said there are 244 million children and youth between the ages of 6 and 18 worldwide who are still out of school, and the region with the second highest out of school population. This is not too good for Nigeria, but then what can we say? If you look at the screen there, you will see me on pictures with some children. Those children, I took that picture with those children when I had the opportunity of doing a survey in northern Nigeria, Katsina State to be specific. That was July, August this year. This survey, this was in the morning, and these children were at home. Why? Because I had to ask. I think this is Jibia local government area of Katsina State. I asked, why are these children not in school? Because Jibia local government has schools. They now started by saying the security situation, because Jibia shares boundary with Niger and Zamfara local government area. So the security situation there has made some parents not to even want their children to go to school. That was what some said, that they cannot afford to compromise it, that that Jibia local government that we even went to, it's only the local government headquarters that is safe. So even at that, they are being very careful, because kidnapping and other menaces are still going on. But then there were still some that said they won't lie, they can't afford to pay school fees. They can't afford to take their children to school. So this is the reality on ground. And you see these children, the way they were hovering around me, you know that these children really wanted the education. I had a talk with them. I even had video clips with them. I interacted with several of them in my own little way. You know that these children really they really want to go to school. They really want that education. They desire it. But the situation in their own country has placed them where they are. Security situation is fighting from one end, and then the economic situation in the country is fighting them from another end. So they don't have that opportunity to go to school. Then these ones here, too, this picture you can see. Okay, they have a school in this place, but there's this really local government area. I believe with time the clip will come on. Those children were laughing with me. When I asked the kindred head, there was no school in that local government area. So in their own case, there was no school at all. So there is no way they can even think of going to school, because there's no school there. If they have to go to school, they will have to go to another local government area, which is quite a distance. Where's the means? Because some of this local government, during the survey, we got to a point with our vehicle and we couldn't go further because no access road. So are you going to tell me that when there's even no access road, and looking at these people, I may not completely judge, but I cannot really say they will even be able to afford the transport to start going to another local government for education. So for me, I think there is need for education to be prioritized in our country today. It's not given the necessary priority, because we still have so many of these places. These local governments I'm calling are not small local government areas. If you go to Katsina State and you talk of Jibia local government, people will tell you it's a big one. It's a trade center. It's a local government sharing boundary with Niger. Business. In fact, the economy of Katsina State state cannot be talked about if you don't talk about Jibia local government. But see now, the children cannot go to school for security reasons and also economic reasons. So I think the issue of out of school children is more than we think. This is just one state. This is one state where we didn't even go, the survey, we're not able to go to all the local government areas for security reasons. And I have just talked about just 2 local government areas. If the clip for the other local governments can even come on screen for you to see, you see these innocent children, you see how happy they are, excited to see me, excited to take, the moment they see my camera, they are excited. Okay, that one there was the survey. You can see those children standing there. That was as early as 9 a.m. But they can't go to school. They are just there. We move it to the next one. Or the video, you see these children. You see them trying to take pictures with me, but they can't go to school. I felt so bad, but I couldn't help them. There was no way. I was just discussing with my colleague because it really got to me. I'm like, children of this age can't go to school. Then what will they be doing? What will they be doing with their lives? And it's not as if they are even learning anything, even though they are quite young. Wow. I shouldn't get too emotional about this, but I just wish and pray. Those are innocent children that are excited about the camera, and then even seeing me, they were happy to take clips with me, but they don't have the opportunity to go to school. I wish something can be done about them going to school, about their education, even at this point in time, because it is really embarrassing. See the ones in school, happy and excited to be in school, listen. They are even available to listen, but then it's when the opportunity is available for them to go to school. While noting that it is the responsibility of the state and local governments to provide primary and secondary education in Nigeria, the report said the federal government has been working closely in partnership to develop the subsector generally and address the challenges. The federal government provides financial and technical assistance to the state and local governments as part of its intervention in the delivery of universal basic education, which covers primary and junior secondary. It's still our hope and desire that the government will still do more. We cannot rule out the fact that they are not doing anything, but we still hope and pray and believe that they will do more. And even corporate bodies, organizations, well-wishers, if individuals, if you have the opportunity, train a child today. You train a child, you're training our leaders of tomorrow. Because when you don't train these children, okay, now we are talking about the security situation. We are talking about the economy. This security situation, if you see some of these people who, these armed robbers, these thieves, these people causing this menace in our society today, some of them, a good number of them don't have education. They are not educated in any way. They don't have the opportunity to go to school. While some have gone to school, but don't have the opportunity to work. So the economic situation still comes to play. I won't be surprised if I hear that a father is stealing to pay his child's school fees, because some people can be that desperate. What are we saying? If you have the opportunity, if you are placed in that opportunity, is it an NGO, a non-governmental organization, or the government? We cannot overemphasize the role of government, even though they are playing their role. They are doing something, but we still expect more, because out of school children is still on a high rise. It's still much. One will expect that a country like Nigeria shouldn't have the number that has been recorded, the number that UNESCO has said we have, 20 million. Wow, that is just too much. Nigeria, for me, it's well developed. And to think that every day schools are cropping up, proprietors. People are becoming proprietors every day. But then, they are private schools. How many people can afford to pay for this private school education? Not everyone can afford that. We'll go on a quick break and be right back to continue with Education Time on Srtv. Please don't go away. Stay with us.
Hooray! The next President Show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills? Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number on the screen. The Next President reality TV show, moving politics out of the polite drawing room into the clamor of the streets. Hooray! The next President Show is here again.
Everyone, my name is Hajara Osman Muhammad. I'm the Youth Governor for Kano State, the Nigeria's Center of Commerce.
Pronounced Joel Garba, the Youth Executive Governor of Kaduna State, and I am contesting for the Youth Presidents of Nigeria under the People's Liberation Party, PLP.
Aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills. Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number on the screen. The Next President reality TV show, moving politics out of the polite drawing room into the clamor of the streets.
Nomination is ongoing. Contact us at info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or via +234 814 358 2856 or +447 459 513 619. Forward by Srtv in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, elevating good leadership in our world.
Hooray!
Welcome back. Welcome back to Education Time on Srtv. I still remain your host, Joy Ugben. Our topic for today, if you are just joining us, is out-of-school children. And we've been taking a look at out-of-school children, the issue of out-of-school children, the issues bordering around out-of-school children. Why are these children not in school when they need to be in school? And what can be the solution to this is what we want to focus on. Though we earlier on told you that UNESCO said that we have over 20 million out-of-school children. And then we also talked about the fact that most of these children are at home for economic reasons. Their parents can't afford to pay the school fees. So life has become hard. We've been talking about it. Life is becoming difficult in Nigeria. And like I said, you cannot tell a parent who can't feed his children to go pay school fees. The private schools are cropping up every day, but who can afford it? How many parents can actually afford this when life is becoming more difficult? And then we talked about the security situation. I also mentioned the fact that there were places I went to in Katsina State and they didn't have access to education. There was no school in that local government area. They say if they will have to go to school, they will have to go to the next local government area. But can they afford the fare? We're still talking about the economic issue. Then I said in GBO local government area of Katsina State, there were schools there, but the security situation there, most of the parents say they are not sure they will want to leave their children to go to school when they are thinking of how to even relocate from the GBO local government area, but they can't afford it. They don't have the means. They don't have the finance to relocate from GBO local government area. Okay.
Hooray! The Next President Show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills? Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at Superior